This is a short video about the 100 Iterations project that I did. But before I show you the subject, I just want to tell you a little story about the foolish king. Once upon a time, there was a foolish king who realized he was growing old and hadn't yet learned anything. He immediately ordered the people of his kingdom to collect all the books, movies, blogs, internet posts, and encyclopedias and bring it all to him to read and watch. But when it was all assembled, the mounds of knowledge towered over the king. The king ordered that the wisest scholars go away and summarize all the world's knowledge into a single book and a single movie. And so for many years, many years, the scholars worked with the best filmmakers and writers to produce a single film and a single book that they felt best summarized all of human learning. But when they brought them to the king, he was so old and near death he couldn't watch an entire movie, let alone read an entire book. In a raspy whisper, the king sent his scholars away one last time to reduce all the world's knowledge down to just one word and to just one image. And after a few moments, they came up with this. Well, you can see how distilling all of the world's knowledge would give you something like this. As far as a subject goes, it's hard to imagine anything with less content. Even formally, there's not much going on here. But as a starting point, I began to explore different pairings of image and type, trying to be stylistically consistent between the two. Some of these iterations I began to push a little bit more conceptually, such as this. But as I've started to explore the subject in broader terms, I started to see all sorts of cultural references that I could address. And this soon became a very different type of exercise. And what originally started off with some difficulty eventually became much easier. This idea, for example, is Pablo Picasso's take on my subject. This idea, I think, is ripe for exploration. Eventually, I asked myself, what ideas are we still unsure of? This led me to explore some of history's greatest conspiracies. Here's one that's a little bit more recent. But my favorite by far is this one. What I like about it is that it uses the barest minimum of form. As you explore your 100 Iterations project, I hope this gives you some inspiration to keep searching for your next big idea.